Good evening, fans of Rando, and welcome to ZSR and another presentation of the Survivors of Hyrule tournament. We have a swordless match for you tonight. I am Talon116 at the comm booth, joined by Drosy. How's it going, Drosy?
Yeah, it's good. How are you?
Great. Excited for a chance to come with you and get this hype match put together. We were able to rip a restream pretty quickly, so this will be a pretty entertaining match.
Always nice when these things come together at the last minute, right?
Everyone loves swordless.
Paging Dante.
Yeah. So we have a match tonight between SeanRhapsody and Jawsomesauce. Jawsome is representing Team Detroit versus everyone, and SeanRhapsody representing Team HMO. It's a secret to everyone.
Yeah, I'm looking through this stuff. Team HMO is hanging on for dear life. Windblown Leaf and Zeruvian have already lost their matches this week.
Yeah, I know for Team Detroit, Mechanical Pie won their match in Shop P Drop 2 days ago. No, yesterday.
But Lumaga, who is our tracker, in fact, lost his match earlier today. So, oh, and Dreeky also lost their match. So, I think this is Team HMO's last chance to stay alive, while Team Detroit versus everybody is hoping to, keep things going.
Yeah, being able to have two people into the second week is a huge boon. Yeah, definitely want to shout out Lumaga, who literally finished their race and then jumped into the Resteam channel to help us out. So thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We could not do this without a tracker. So, looks like we will be kicking off momentarily here. And here we go.
Oh, beautiful divergence right from the start.
Ooh, Bombos and Link's house. Can't really use that immediately. In fact, you need the hammer and special medallion squares to be able to use a medallion and swordless.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, swordless means there are no swords, which kind of makes some of the mechanics a little wonky, especially using medallions can only be used in special places. Anything that has curtains or vines that need cut down will be automatically cut for you, so like at Aga Tower or the back of Skull Woods. So the runners are really looking for some artillery from the very start. We want to see a hammer pretty quick, because it gets you a lot of places.
And both of our runners have discovered that the Tier 1 tree pull today is just arrows.
Speaking of replaced swords. Ooh!
Yeah, cape on bumper ledge, and one of our swords replaced by a green 20 in Uncle Chest.
Yeah, nice little how do you do right at the start of the scene. This could have been a sword, but it's not.
So let's see what we got here. Wow, that was a quick map check. I caught the crystal on Eastern, but I did not see Desert or Herod. Did you?
Yeah, you caught it way more than I did.
Looks like Lumaga caught a non-green pendant on Desert, and meanwhile Moonpearl was hiding there in Thieves' Hideout.
Yeah, Sean not grabbing any bombs in some of that early Lost Woods route. Looks like they're gonna rock CAG from the south. See what Jawsome wants to do once they see the Pearl.
Early Pearl is nice.
Oh, yeah, Sean getting both 50-50 bombs in those bushes is a nice play. Looks like Jocelyn's going to keep going from the north. Just a piece of heart on the race game. With it being swordless and a little less of that easy offense, you might see runners pick up the heart pieces that are on the way that normally you would see people maybe skip over, just for a little bit of extra security.
Well, library doesn't have anything for us today. Ooh, and Jawsome doing the Cackwell without bombs, so he has to skip the chest in the back.
Yeah, I'm fine with this play. It's a little faster to get back to you rather than if you'd have gone to a blind site. And with the $100 that was in there, I'll just go buy bombs now. So yeah, a little unfortunate having to go back, but better than having to climb down to Blind's basement.
Sean does have a few bombs, so he's going into Chicken Hut, but it just gets him $20.
Yeah, unless there's some in blind set, this is a bombless cack as well, so Sean's route might pay off to be able to save some of that extra cash for later.
Oh, and I went back to Jawsomesauce stream, and it looks like Lumaga has already marked this, but yes, the Tower of Hera is a 5/6 crystal. So now that we have bombs, let's see what's in the back of Cackwell, if anything.
Hopefully something, because this cack is pretty weak.
Something's got to be in Cac, right? You never see a absolutely worthless Cac, but the well is worthless. And Bottle Bender's worthless.
Tell you what, one of the things I'm really looking for when I play Swordless, and I actually enjoyed the mode, so it doesn't bother me that bad, but one of the things I'm really wanting early besides Hammer is Lamp. Those dark rooms get a little bit more difficult when you don't have a sword to guide you.
Yeah. And one thing to be aware of in this mode, we are guaranteed silver arrows on post-Moldorm chest.
Right. Yeah, nice little quality of life, because Hammer Ganon without silvers is garbage.
But thanks to the German community for coming up with that arrangement.
Dankeschön.
Wow, Blind's Hut is junk.
Wow, yeah, this is a pretty rough cack.
Can't remember the last time I've seen this junky at the Kakariko.
That's bad. Yeah, literally no bombs either.
Yeah, that was junk on top of junk. We got a bit of money, but that's about it.
Yeah, the problem is the money you got was just enough basically for Bottle Vendor and bombs with a silver change left over.
Didn't get that much money. Though Sean did not buy bombs. And
yeah, he probably gonna
Lake
pick them up
Hylia
here.
Island is just vanilla.
Yeah, I like to play here of just going to Saha and hopefully there's something in the shed.
Yeah, we really just have South Shore and Saha Eastern and Aegina. And I guess Hyrule Castle, yes. We always forget about Hyrule Castle because we don't want to think about it in open modes. Both runners up to 5 hearts at least.
Yeah, and Sean having plenty of bombs might go from any Moldorm Cave here. Yeah, I'm with Gilgamesh in chat. I think I would have gone at least to Saha's closet and see if there's anything in there worthwhile with everything so dead.
Of course you're with Gilgamesh, your teammates. Ooh, well, here we go. Finally an item.
Something. We can work with this.
Though, logically, what does that open besides Zora?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. Oh, back up Hyrule Castle.
Oh, true. Yes. Depending on... Well, right, we don't have a fire source, so that is our only logical access to the back.
Oh, a very generous bomb blast on the left side there for Sean.
Yeah, I can't believe that he took down too many Moldorms with that. Like, what the heck is the hitbox?
Yeah, he got a little cheated on the right side, so I guess it balanced out.
Mini Moldorm doesn't look great. Okay, mirror, that's something.
A little bit better. Yeah, we're gonna want that.
We could go to the mountain out of logic and enter Tower of Hera, though we can't exactly beat Moldorm. And here's our look at the back of Escape. Okay, we got the small key. We could go in the dark to Dark Cross, but Jawsome doesn't really want to do that.
Yeah, no good way to kill that key rat.
Yeah, you'd have to do that with bombs, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no thank you. Just, if you want it in the dark that bad, you just go from the front. At least there's nothing you have to kill on the way. Just gotta stay alive.
So Sean is showing us Ice Rod Cave now. More junk. So in logic, we really just have Saha, Eastern, Front of Escape, and Aegina.
Yeah, Saha Eastern feels like the best right now, but nothing feels great.
Well, it's more items than the others.
Yeah. Let's see Sean grab a Waterfall Fairy here. Probably take the Water Walk right back to go to Hobo, I would guess. Alright, Saha was nothing. That was terrible too.
And Jawsome not going into Eastern.
That's a little surprising considering you're already there.
Yeah, and you're kind of running low on locations. So I guess Jawsome hasn't gone to Mini Moldorm yet.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Waterfall Fairy just having another heart container and Piece of Heart, so Sean up to 6 hearts.
Hobo's going to get us out of logic.
Oh
Hammer!
my!
Well then!
Well,
That's interesting. Must have early flippers somewhere.
yeah, Flippers in Eastern sounding pretty straight up.
Or Front of Escape.
Yeah, or Front of Escape, yeah.
All of Front of Escape is in logic since we found that key in the back.
So how much would you want to dig Flippers right now, or another way to Dark World? Because it could just be Mitt somewhere and Flippers somewhere in Dark World. Like, do you just rush Dark World right now? Because
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
you could go Mountain and rush Hera if you really wanted to. You could hit the Dark World and just start clearing. Because, like you were saying, only things logical: Front of Escape, Eastern, and Agina's Cave. One of those has to have something that leads to it.
Well, looks like Sean is doing Hype Cave.
Yeah, I think you just understand that you've got to have access somewhere. And there we go. So Green Pendant, TR, Pendant Pod.
And 5-6 was Meyer. Meyer was a Vanilla 6 crystal. Pendant Pod is Ooh, as Sean takes a death just before Hype Cave. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen Pendant Pod before, have you?
Yeah, Pendant Pod's terrible.
Okay, Hype Cave take 2 for Sean.
Awesome. Okay, just gonna grab magic. Oh, I wonder if they didn't check.
Yeah,
they
that
must have
push
checked
trap
Lumberjack.
prize is nice if you ever want to refill your magic. There you go.
Jawsome? Oh, okay, there it goes.
Ooh, hook shot. That's a kind of nice find.
All right, there we go.
So now maybe we're thinking Death Mountain. We'll see what Sean does, but we have Death Mountain pretty open to us, at least like Death Mountain.
That's a pretty hype cave. Yeah, hookshot, especially in swordless, is a godsend. It does damage, it speeds up your movement, it stuns, it's everything.
And yes, now that we know that Swamp is a crystal, we know we absolutely will need those flippers at some point.
I am one of those runners who is not afraid of Swamp Palace, and knowing that my hammer is blocked by the flippers, assuming I have them, Swamp is wide open, I would be looking for those flippers right now.
That is true.
It makes me feel like Swamp has got to have something I want.
Wow, Sean actually grabbing the money from Cave 45. And this is kind of unfortunate, Jawsome going to the mountain without the hammer or the hookshot.
Yeah, like you said before, can dive into Hera, but really can't do much else.
Yeah, hammer is nice because then you can actually beat Hera as long as the big key isn't vanilla. Well, even then, if like Sean with the hookshot could just Hera pot.
Yeah, true.
Ice Rod is a nice find, though who knows if we'll actually need it with TR being a pendant.
Yeah, let's hope we don't need that.
But it's green pendant, so it locks 2 items.
Yeah, let's hope we don't need that.
I'm going back to the Dark World.
Yeah, they did that lower left side going toward the dig game. I wonder if this will be like Pyramid and then Mirror to go into Hyrule Castle.
Yeah,
Or if they're just going to keep pushing the Dark World advantage.
I'm a little surprised he isn't trying to track down those flippers at this point, knowing that it could give him Swan.
Yeah, echoing some things in chat. I like this. If this is Pyramid, Hyrule Castle, and then Eastern Palace into Pod, you're kind of covering both your bases at once, and I like that.
Yeah, that's true. Jawsome doing a Houlihan to get some money, so maybe he's thinking Zora since the glove put it in logic.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we mentioned that when we were talking about in-logic checks before, that potentially Zora could be too.
Yeah, for stuff in logic, it's really just Zora, Front of Escape, Eastern, and Gina. So with Jawsome heading over to the desert, he might be thinking of Gina. He's also thinking farm some money in Smokes Rock. Okay, guys, you've got to find something. Lumaga has said in chat that he's getting bored without so much to track.
He just misses all the swords. Alright, Jocelyn's bagged himself enough cash. Let's see if he wants a little more. Nah, he's good.
And to answer chat, Hookshot was in Hype Cave. Oh, there's our second sword in that chest of Hyrule Castle. Okay, nothing on Desert Ledge.
So what do you think? Gina are the last two checks in Hyrule Castle or Eastern?
Eastern. Nope. Well,
Oh my.
yeah, Fire Rod puts Dark Cross in logic. I'm not sure what else it puts in logic. Hey, there's our third medallion. We now have seen all the medallions. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else logically that Fire Rod gives us besides Dark Cross?
Not logically.
Well, flutes are logical Death Mountain access, so that's interesting, which means Fire Rod also gives us Hera Basement.
Yep.
And Sean is going to take that Fire Rod to Dark Cross. Well, Jawsome is about to get his hammer, so he'll now have to puzzle through things. Let's see what Jaws does with his hammer.
He'll take it all the way to Zora now.
Yeah, he does have more money.
If you farmed the money, you're gonna finish this round.
Yeah.
There's
Ooh!
the Mitz.
Okay, you
Wow.
were saying about Mitch could lock flippers. I think you called it.
I know we're only 20 minutes in, if this feels a little early, but Bo Samaria flippers were done.
So that's our logical Dark World access, and that also means we have both sides of the mountain, light and dark. I think Sean's gonna go activate the flute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I would take that thing right to the mountain, too, because you're stacked.
Yeah. Absolutely. Maybe even beat Moldorm. It's a 5-6 after
Oh, yeah.
all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, with a fire source and a mirror, I would do Hera first.
Okay. Zora Ledge is just vanilla. Yeah, Sean, you're seeing the crystal layout. You know you want to go to Hera. And Zora gives you a 90% discount off of your purchase. So you lose 90% of your purchase.
Yeah, that's gotta feel bad, considering the time that was invested into farming that money.
Speckrock Cave is vanilla. To answer chat, flippers do not have to be in Eastern because that myths were in logic, so we now have logical Dark World access.
Yeah, which means they can be a lot of places. It would, I think, best case scenario for the runners, it would have been flippers that give you your Darkhold access, because now they can be a lot of places. Whereas mid-skill mode is great.
What was in Hera Basement Cage?
$20.
Okay, so that was an item. I couldn't remember if it was an item or a dungeon item, so that we have one item accounted for. And there's our other item. So Hera is not the answer, but you're going to beat Moldorm while you're here. Let's see what Jaws does here after... Stumpy. I mean, he'll do Dig Game, but after that... We know he needs to go to the front of Escape, get his Fire Rod, and then go to Dark Cross and get his mitts.
Yeah, hopefully if he's holding on to logic a little bit, or maybe he's got to do a little more in the light world to get there, and it forces him back, because Dark Cross is a pretty rough place to just randomly get to.
So, the hookshot puts East Death Mountain in logic even without the hammer. Looks like we're going to use TR Portal here, so we'll find out what its medallion is, not that it really matters.
Yeah, I like this play of doing this and then smearing back to the light world.
Oh, Sean never got his ether. Okay. Not that it matters, we don't have Samaria.
I'm sure Sean is hoping he never opens that.
Hey, there's our third sword on Sick Kid.
Thanks, Sick Kid. Well now.
Okay, we're back in logic, and we get the shovel for our troubles. Do we really just need Bow and Samaria?
Yep.
25 minutes in, we're go -2. Well, everyone's favorite spiral cave for Sean, while Jaws goes into Skullwoods without the Fire Rod.
Yeah, it maybe feels like they left that hammer for a little too long and are trying to push something in the Dark World, but unfortunately...
You still want to figure out how that hammer's in logic.
Yeah.
Wow, we've done 3 checks in Skullwoods and found 3 keys.
Yeah, we saw the last sword in Spiral Cave, too.
Great, so we'd have Butter Sword now if this weren't swordless.
If this is just a basic open scene, you'd be stacked.
Okay. Paradox Cave. This is a good number of checks. Maybe it gives us something. Wow, front of Skull Woods has Bupkis. It's official.
Nice
Hey,
bow.
Bo! So, if you're Sean, at what point do you just start clearing dungeons?
Right now.
Hello, Silvers.
I thought those were supposed to be after Moldorm.
No, that's our like safety silvers.
Oh, I thought that was the
There's-
only silvers. My
There are
bad.
2 progressive bows placed, and then there's also guaranteed silvers after.
I thought the
Moldorm.
second bow was that was the second bow was after Moldorm. My mistake.
No.
Yeah, I immediately just start smashing dungeons at this point and hope you find it on there.
Yeah, we can beat a lot of dungeons now. A lamp would be nice, but at least fire on something.
Oh, yeah, I would still love to see lamp, but no. No, we're good. Let's continue.
Nothing on bumper ledge.
Oh, Kane on bumper ledge would have been awful. Who said that? That was terrible.
I'm kind of surprised. Oh, never mind. Pod is a crystal. A pendant, so...
Right.
Sean is not going to combo Pod in Eastern.
Yeah, Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, because he just walked straight up to Eastern without coming by a Pod.
Yeah, if I'm Sean, I like this. I'm doing this first, then I'm going to Skullwoods, Thievestown, because most of those are directed on the way anyway. After that, I probably do Swamp, and then go into Ice, hoping just to find it on the way.
Even Zelda would probably do Eastern here.
Well, I mean, let's not be crazy. See, respond to what Telethar said in chat about doing Swamp first. I kind of wanted to do Swamp first as well, because you had so many items for Swamp so early that it kind of calls, but it's also so unbelievably slow. But you're right, if you're not going to do left side Swamp at this point anyway, because you're only looking for one item, it's a really good point just to go to Swamp now, because it's the most direct number of items in a row.
Oh, hello, Lamp, sitting right there in chest game. So remind me, where was Ether? I've forgotten already.
Agini Cave.
Oh, right. So if it is needed for Meyer, Sean will find it in a hurry.
Right.
And we know we don't need to go into Turtle Rock, because if we have some Mario, we'll be in go mode.
Yep, that's gotta be a huge relief to Sean too, knowing, okay, I don't ever have to worry about Turtle Rock.
So the Ice Rod was just sitting there as a red herring, as usual.
Yeah. Of course, it was a pendant, so we got it early.
Of course. There's Berna and Thievestown.
Yeah, reflecting in what Telethar is saying is about Swamp is just, there's so many items that are relatively just on your way if you don't do left side Swamp, that Swamp has to be a pretty glaring lantern of, could be here.
Yeah, but Sean can also full clear Skull Woods and Thieves.
Yeah, there's no easy, fast way to do Thievestown. You're on the way through most of those items anyway.
Right.
So I can see both sides of the argument. I would probably be doing the same thing that Sean is doing. Whether that's right or wrong.
No, there's nothing in the front of Skull Woods. If Sean does Skull Woods back to front, he could be done there in a hurry.
Yeah, do Thievestown first, then do Skull Woods, Mirror and Flute away.
Ooh, Jaws, watch your health there.
Yeah, getting really tight in that hellway.
I know you have Burn but still. Ooh, nice fairy.
Yeah, nice clutch fairy up there.
Yeah, looks like Sean is going to do Skullwoods and Thieves. Again, this can be not very different from Go mode as long as he does Skullwoods back to front.
Right. Hopefully he's still looking for something Sean thinks to check the chess game and grabs that lamp. Might want that later from Ire.
You don't see silvers used on Gyptos too often.
Yeah, but they're a wonderful tool in this terrible room. This room is awful.
Blind Cell had the Bloomerang today. Okay, so both items for Skullwoods are sitting in the back.
Yeah, so this routing is really going to pay off for Sean. Just go to Hyrule Castle. It's fine. It's got pretty much all you need.
Jaws really needs to do that.
Jaws setting up for the good old hammer blind.
Not even going the burner route.
Might see it on phase 3. Gotta make that magic last.
We'll get a health refill on our first Skullwoods item.
Nice.
You were right. There we go with Berna, and just for the map. But that is Jaws' first crystal.
Yeah, and a pretty good fight. Blind is pretty good with a script when you have a sword. Once you take that sword away, Blind can get out of control in a hurry if you let him.
Yeah, kind of hard to do the script with a hammer.
Sean put those silvers to work.
And just to remind you, as we mentioned, Sean's entire team has been eliminated already, so he needs to get through 3 rounds to keep his team alive.
Well, he's got a pretty good start on this one. See Jaws going for Graveyard Lich. Alright, Skullwood's not the answer, but bang, there's crystal number 3.
Yeah, good progress. Jaws turning down that
Gross.
shield.
Get that thing out of here.
Shields get no respect.
I thought we might see Sean just mirror and flute back to 3 and then go in from the portal that way, but they're going to walk it back through. Alright, nice clutch kern jump there, Jawsome.
Yeah, the kern jump just confuses me because, again, you know that the hammer's behind the flippers.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
Guess Jaws really wants to see Catfish, though. Oh, right, and he hasn't even gotten the flute.
Yeah, because Hyrule Castle is stacked.
Yeah, Hyrule Castle is really the answer today.
I'm a little surprised to see we haven't seen more people in chat talking about Uncle routing not really working out. Alright, Sean gonna push their way through Thieves Town. Not gonna really pick up anything they care about. Maybe Burna, I guess. But, yeah, just gonna push through here. Yeah, an invincibility item and swordless isn't the worst thing you can have.
It does put Spike Cave in logic as well, since that also means we know we won't need that cape from Lumberjack, because we know that Bumper Ledge is junk. So this is unfortunate for Jaws because he will not be able to do Dark Death Mountain.
I'm telling you right now, Jossie, if Sean gets out of Thieves Town, mirrors, and goes right to Spike Cave because he found Burna, I'll play a Doors seed. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Do Swamp after this.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
The question is, does he then do Ice or does he go hunting for Samaria?
Well, I mean, does Sean grab the Smith chain on the way to Swamp? Just being thorough.
Oh, that's true, too.
I don't... Dungeons really haven't had anything, I mean, outside of Hyrule Castle, that we care about. Yeah, I'd probably grab the Smith on the way. Especially knowing that you've already gotten, like, K45 and everything, you can just mirror and flute down there if you really want to. Yeah, echoing Zeruvian and Chad saying stuff like, the only thing that can't be is Ped TR on Vidian and GT and Pyramid Fairy, so... Yeah, I think I do. I think I just grab the Smith and just do the whole thing. We see Jawsome up in Hera now, which might end up being a bad thing, because they'll take this over to Paradox and get their bow.
He already went to Paradox and got his bow and silvers.
Oh, my bad.
Because oh, no. He does have the hammer. He just came via the hook shop because that's logical, and the lamp didn't. Well, no, because his Dark World access was behind the hammer so far, so the lamp is not in logic.
Yep.
I'm guessing Sean's gonna get the lamp as soon as he's out of Thieves.
Yeah, and it's not like our runners found the bug net to put Dark World through Aga, which with the lamp obviously blocks anyway, so... Yeah, they have to believe that hammer is not the way and they're missing something. Or hopefully they realize it. But good Moldor play by Jawsome. As we see Sean preparing for their blind fight. Yeah, I would be worried about Jaws chasing into Eastern and then Pod following that bow, hoping just to stumble upon it.
This is getting really lopsided. 4 crystals to 1 now.
Well, they just beat Hera. They have 2.
Oh, okay. Still.
You're right. Still, it's a little one-sided.
Well, I guess Spike Cave was not the answer.
It never is.
Except when it is.
No, it's the double fire bar of the overworld. It's terrible.
Let me tell you about my friend Obscure Lifeform, who last location Spike Cave the other day and it had his boots.
Oh, no.
Speaking of which, we have not yet seen boots. Unless GT Big Key is on the torch, we don't actually need boots, but you still kind of wonder where they are.
There's no worse feeling than going through GT and seeing that torch have the key, and you're just like, man, I hope boots are here, because there was a main tourney race a few years ago where the boots were required for the key, and the powder was in GT to go back down to get your boots off the bat, or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Oh, jeez.
It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Shot gonna forgo the Smith chain and just push the dungeons.
I mean, boots could be vanilla.
I wonder if Sean maybe misread his map, thinking that desert was a crystal, and then, oh no. But does confirm that Meyer is Bombos, so does not need that either.
Just surprised he's checking this area before going to Swamp.
Samaria under the doormat. I mean,
Maybe checkerboard?
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen it. Yeah, I agree. It definitely looks like Sean is trying to find a way to just go mode Swamp, if he can find it early. This might also mean not wanting to do Ice Palace without Samaria, because Samaria just makes it so much faster.
Well, we're getting ether anyway.
If we want to talk about item availability, Swamp and Ice Palace were open the exact same time. So,
Yeah,
what do you like better in this scenario?
I would have done Swamp first, hoping it turns up Samaria for me, and then I can Icebreaker Ice.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I'm guessing Zeruvian's going to call a team meeting after this.
Well, I mean, unless Sean's right, then, you know. Like, yeah, buddy, had your back the whole time.
Fortunately for Sean, he has a very comfortable lead.
Yeah.
And yes, as Telefar points out, thanks to Specky Clip, left side Swamp is not nearly as slow as it used to be.
Zeruvian, don't say what you can't do, my man. Take confidence in what you can do. Yes, you can do that. I think the idea, too, is even if I went into Swamp, there's no way I'm doing left side only needing one item, so I wouldn't have to worry about doing too much diver down with Samaria anyway. Yeah, it'll definitely be something to ask him about later, what his opinion about going, if he had the idea to go into Swamp early or not. But Jawsome taking care of Eastern Palace now. Doesn't go into pod, so that's a good thing. Okay, here we go. So Jawsome heading up to Hyrule Castle, going to collect their massive bounty of tools. Oh, the superior boomerang in Ice Palace.
No, that's the bad boomerang.
It's the better one. It goes further and has sparkles. It's the glitter ring.
If anyone ever used hints, they would know that the blue boomerang is clued as the best meringue.
I love that there's a hint for that. That was like, wow. Let's just put the debate to bed right away. Jaws grabbing their fire rod. I'm sure they're super excited to see that.
Answer chat. Of course Jaws is playing as a shark. He's Jaws. And to answer chat, flippers are in Super Bunny. So there is Titan's mitts in Dark Cross, which is our logical Dark World access.
Jaws picking up their flute, feeling extra good about that, I'm sure. So, Drelsy, you walk into Hyrule Castle, pick up your fire rod, your flute, and your mitts after routing the Dark World for the last 25 minutes. How good do you feel?
All I can think of is, a man walks into Hyrule Castle. Ouch.
Right?
So yeah, there are myths.
So I'm sure Jaws heading to go activate their flute, but then the next question is, how soon do they go to Super Bunny Cave?
Hey, there's bottle number 3 for Sean, at least. But, yeah, I am kind of puzzled at the decision to do this before Swamp. I guess we can ask him in the interview. And at 50 minutes, Jaws activates his flute. Maybe he goes to Dark Death Mountain now.
I could see Jaws just going up into Skullwoods and finishing it off since they're right here.
True, it's right there.
Without a sword, it just looks like their sprite was doing a pirouette.
You're doing a little dance.
Good hammer hits to start Cold Stare.
We do have green goo. Okay, Sean's going to use it.
Yeah, they have a spare one as well, I believe. And
we
a
have
gajillion dollars.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have a
easy.
flute and a gajillion dollars, so we can easily get more potions if we need it.
Alright, Ice Palace was dead.
That is 5 crystals down for Sean. Oh yeah, Sean hasn't done Zora, has he?
Yeah, there's no really better time to get it than now, but... the Meyer Medallion is Bombos today.
This is going to be crystal number 4 for Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws needs Samaria to be in someplace dumb, like Meyer, and just gamble that it's French vanilla.
Hey, Sean has less money burning a hole in his pocket now.
I think it's really nice that you can donate to charitable organizations like Zora.
Feed the fish.
Alright, looks like Sean's gonna push for Swamp now. Mothly being an absolute tool and just hugging the top per normal.
Of course.
It's the worst fight.
Also, Jaws having a bit of trouble with that hammer hitbox. There we go. So yeah, we do have 2 pendant dungeons we can dive if it's not in Swamp. Everyone likes diving pendant dungeons, right?
Is it ad keys? Because, I mean...
And Sean, in fact, did not do Smith's Chain, so we still have that.
Okay, so let's go down that road a little bit, Jossie. So Jawsome gets the Hyrule Castle loot super late. You have to feel like, oh no, I'm behind. Do you do something here, like just jump into desert? Maybe get lucky and pick it up right then?
Or even crazier, jump into Mire.
I don't know that I'm crazy enough to jump into Mire quite yet.
Jump into Mire and make a beeline for cutscene.
Right. No kidding. But, I mean, desert's right here if you're looking just to do something out of the way. I'm not crazy about it.
Or there's Pod. Pod has 5 items. Where is Jaws going?
Smith Chain.
Oh, right.
Smith Chain into Swamp. Never mind.
Swamp was the answer. So, yeah. Sean could have saved a lot of time doing Swamp before Ice.
Oh, yeah.
Though it won't cost him because he had such a big lead anyway.
Yeah, with the key out and Ice being terrible and their route sending them all over the place, could have saved a bunch of time in Ice Palace.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Gilgamesh in chat.
Gilgamesh and Zeruvian just kind of laying it out there. I'll just let them watch the VOD for that.
Well, we will ask him in the interview what his rationale was in doing Ice before Swamp.
I mean, calling into question his routing, be that as it may, Sean has hit this scene pretty well on the route.
Well, he actually followed logic.
Yeah, but that's kind of the... I think that's kind of the story here.
Yeah, that both runners got hammer out of logic, and Sean actually made the effort to see, like, okay, what do I need to put it into logic? And in the process got his mitts and flippers.
Yeah, we were discussing that at the beginning, like, do you just chase it into the Dark World or push the logic? And the logic was the right answer. Do you like the new bosses? Well... Wait, what? Fire Rod hurts Argus Puffs? I didn't know that.
You can use all sorts of weird things on Argus Puffs.
What? Oh, yeah, no, Silvers I knew. I had no idea Fire Rod did. Had no clue.
Yeah, I once looked up the logic, like, there's some really crazy logic for beating up. I mean, in non-Animizer, of course, you'll always have, you're always expected to have hammer and hook shot, but in Animizer, yeah, there's some really crazy logic for beating Argus.
Wow. Yeah, today I learned. Alright, so we see Jawsome heading up the mountain. Can't do swamp because they don't have flippers, but they're about to if they keep going this direction. But yeah, John putting on a strong pace of a crystal every 10 minutes or so, so...
So, Jaws finally gets his flippers just before the hour mark. I do have to wonder where the boots were in all this. Probably Pod.
Yeah, there's plenty of dungeons we're not going to see between Pod and TR and Desert. So, plenty of places they could hide.
Of course, as we alluded earlier, that also means we are only in 20 seconds go mode.
I mean, what are the odds, really?
Well, we got the book. That opens up a couple of things.
Yeah, nothing but heartache. I've seen it before where the torch hit the big key and you had to go on a ridiculous chain fight to find the boot, so it's not impossible.
Oh, yes, I've seen a race where, like, the runners got to GT like a little over an hour in and then spent the next 40 minutes looking for boots to get the big torch. I think you can ask Fear Agent about that one.
And if you ever get that seed, redeem that for every friend you wish you had. Nice.
Wow, the Meyer Big Key just doesn't want to be found today.
This is something we haven't brought up quite yet, and Zeruvian in chat reminded me. Aga in Swordless is not fun.
This is how the whole Gamachu Bugnet meme came about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we did not have to go to cutscene at least.
So, it looks like Jawsome did make the right call in choosing their dungeon, so we'll hit their go mode relatively soon. Well, potential go mode. God bless Plucky.
Well, I guess the Lagamarang is useful for something.
There you go.
And there is Jaws go mode.
Go-ish mode.
20 seconds go mode.
It's just gonna be like in Hope Room or something, right? Alright, don't blink.
Yeah, those early silvers are certainly nice.
Victory is not made to withstand the strength of the silvers. That is 7 crystals for Sean, so time to climb the mountain.
Yeah, this is good time to be getting into GT, especially without boots. Think of how much of a jet it would have been if he had done Swamp sooner.
Oh yeah, if he did Swamp sooner, he's climbing at this point.
Yeah, and we're talking something not much over an hour.
Yep. Gilgamesh, knock it off. I saw that. We've talked about your foul language. Yeah, thanks, Double Talk in chat. I want to shout out our tracker, Lamaga, who was doing their race, and then as soon as it was over, jumped right in here to track for us. So thank you so much for doing the hard work. Shout out Drosy. Thanks for coming into the comp booth with me, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, now this has been fun.
Yeah, I think we've only had time to comp one other time before now, so was excited.
Yeah, I don't think we really comped together much.
Awesome. Throwing the silver arrow into Argus, dropping them, grabbing their big key that I'm sure they'll go back and chase. Not.
I mean, that's another place boots could be.
Do it, Maxton. Oh, possibilities. So, well, I see Jawsome go into Ice Palace and have a much quicker Ice Palace than Sean. But depending where they want to find their big key from Myra at.
Silver's on a line, though, not something you see that often, but very effective.
Alright, Drowsy, where's the big key?
Random room. It's always random room.
Alright. Come on, compass.
At least you didn't say, come on, tile room.
No.
Found half magic. At least we do have silver. Well, we were gonna get silvers anyway because of the mode.
Right. Yeah, definitely shout out to the German community that you had brought up earlier. That is a nice quality of life, knowing that silvers are just sitting there.
Absolutely. And we won't even need it today. Huh, it wasn't compass room.
Damn.
We still haven't actually seen the torch yet. Now we'll see the torch.
Could you imagine? No, a little bit of a tease there.
I guess Bob lives.
Rip. logically required. That's true.
Yes, because you do logically need all 4 smalls, and there it is in Stalfos' room, the big key. But yeah, you logically need all 4 smalls to get to Moldorm too.
DM routers win again.
So boots will not be in validation chests today. That's all we can really say. And I guess they won't be in random room either. But beyond that, they could be anywhere. Oh, and not in map room either. Oh, yes, chat reminding us that we know what's in validation chest. Meanwhile, Jaws taking on Cold Stare here, using his Fire Rod. I do kind of wonder where Half Magic is. Jaws could make a bit of time if he does DM routing, though it won't be enough.
Yeah, at this point, they might grab their 7th crystal by the time they're falling into Ganon. It really depends on the Mire route, because it's in a pretty rough place. Yeah, another part of the swordless game that takes a little bit of getting used to, the climb without a sword. You gotta get past a lot of muscle memory.
Oof. Hey, we got a bee going there.
Heck yeah.
That works.
I'm here for this.
Fire Rod's pretty nice too, since we know we can use silvers on Landmo, so we don't need to worry about conserving magic for that. And we have the lamp for Torch's rooms.
Good job. 3 shots, 3 kills. That's how you want to do that room. If you're Sean, do you feel like you're behind at this point? I mean, you really hit the route with the exception of Ice Palace. So...
Yeah, I think Sean knows he's ahead.
Yeah, I would feel pretty confident with this route. 110 and a swordless, and you're near the top of GT. You gotta feel pretty good about how you do this. I mean, the typical rando runner just believes they're always behind from the word go. So. Well, okay.
Oh, that reminds me, we never did find the powder, did we? A lot of stuff we didn't find here, but we don't actually need any of it. Sean didn't find any of the shields. Jaws turned down the shield in Graveyard Ledge.
No, he's got a shield.
Oh, did he? Oh. I guess just
yeah. It was the second chest in Swamp Palace.
Okay.
Yay! Alright, here we go. The best part of Swordless.
Yeah, and you can see how difficult this fight is with a hammer.
Yeah, there's a timing and an art to it, and it takes some practice.
Yeah, Sean's just a little bit early with his hammers. At least he has plenty of goo. Yeah, he's just consistently early.
Yeah, this is where like boots and net really come in handy, because you can kind of dash charge the fireballs and be consistent with it.
Right.
I was a little surprised that they didn't check like the upper chest for potential bug net, but I also, you know, sometimes you just don't have time for that.
What is that, 3 hits so far?
I thought it was 2.
No, okay, I think that's 4.
Okay.
He definitely had 2 before the hit that I think was 3. That should be 5. There we go.
There we go. Good job. I was getting a little worried there. That heart count was getting a little low.
Yeah. Well, we don't have boots, so we can't bonk the tree below the pyramid for the fairy. Wonder if he'll veto swordless next round.
I'm very interested to know what modes the runners did veto.
Yeah. We don't really have a log of that, do we?
Party Mod probably would for their voice channel. You want to shout out Jawsomesauce for the good use of Spooky there to get through the basement of Mire a bit faster. Yeah, vetoing spoiler is a fine choice as well, by the way. Alright, Sean topped off the bottles with the cash they had. Gonna climb back up to the pyramid and pick the fight to Ganon.
At least he's got plenty of time. Jaw's only making his way up to Ganon's tower now.
Ganon, you have the double silver arrows.
Need 12 hits in each of the first 2 phases.
Just got it before the trident started spinning, so great timing.
This is gonna take a few cycles.
Yeah, played it nice and safe.
No really good way to do it, because it's not like you can activate the hook shot or the cape, because then you can't use the hammer.
Yep, great positioning for this, so this will finish it off.
Yeah.
Getting out some aggression, I see.
People like to do that on Ganon when they can.
I like to do that on Ganon when I can.
Yeah, this should be pretty straightforward from here on in.
Ganon knows what he did.
And we do have a green goo, so we can even use the fire rod at will.
Get a double here?
Indeed.
Oh, the generous triple.
Wait, that was a triple?
Yeah.
I guess so. Wow.
Very generous on that third arrow.
Damn.
Get those GGs in chat for Sean. As long as they can beat this bridge, we'll be the winner of our race.
Keeps his team alive into the next round.
GG.
$117.57. And Jaws is going left here, so he will take a bit less time to get his big key.
Yeah, you can see where Jaws getting that Samaria first definitely saved some time and made up. It was just far too much of a lead.
Okay, and we are joined by Sean. I heard some clicking in, clicking out. GG.
GG, thanks guys.
GG, Sean.
How are you feeling in that seed? You got a lot of progression pretty early.
Usually Jets are my worst enemies, so honestly I was still worried the entire time. Especially when Samaria turned up where it did, because like I thought about going to Swamp first after Flippers, but I wanted to try to go mode it, so that's why I put it off.
Okay, and we are I was a little surprised you put it off even past ice.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
How are you feeling in that seed? You got
Just
a lot of progression pretty early.
Just didn't want to leave something
Jets
behind.
are my worst enemy, so
It's just the way I am, I
was
guess.
still worried the entire time.
Like if I didn't check
Especially
Zora,
when
then I
Samaria
wasn't
turned up
going
where it
to,
did,
and
because like I thought about going to
that kind of
Swamp
thing.
first.
And given,
after Flippers,
unfortunately,
but
given the
I
way
tried to go mode it, so that's why I
the
put it
rest of
off.
this Survivors tournament has gone for my teammates, it kind of felt really bad if I would have skipped something there. So.
Yes, we were discussing that you've single-handedly kept your team alive into the next round.
Yeah, unfortunately, every single one of them kind of got bit by the one skip that, ultimately sunk them. So that was in the back of my mind the whole time.
Whereas Jaws has a little bit of slack because Pi managed to keep his team going. My co-com's league teammate. But yeah, no, nicely done, all told.
So one of the big things, Sean, with this race that really came down to was that early hammer being out of logic. When you grabbed that, what was going through your mind as far as, do I stay in logic looking for the answer? Do I push? I mean, it was obvious that you ventured a little bit and then tried
a little
to
bit
out.
of both. Like I pushed, but at the same time, I wanted to make as much of an effort as I could to go make sure to keep in mind what was in logic, so I knew where the flippers could be. And then I went into the castle, and that amount of area like tripled because of the stuff that was in there.
Yeah, that was the most hyped Hyrule castle I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous. Here I'm thinking, oh, maybe it'll be over in Eastern or something, and then I get, Mitts and Fire Rod in the castle. It's like, oh no. Welp, now these flippers can be anywhere.
Yeah, and then running to the mountain relatively early after that really set you up for success, just being able to burn through dungeons pretty effectively.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you had a pretty handy lead through most of this, through the routing. Was there any concern that, like, well, I don't have a bug net for Aga, I don't have boots, what if it's on the torch? Like, the normal rando brain that just kind of says, what
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I mean, the bug net, yeah, I would have liked to have it. I mean, I definitely need to work on my hammer Aga, but that was a little rough.
I was getting a little worried for you, bud, after you burned that potion and it kept going south. I'm like, oh no, don't die,
Yeah.
please don't die.
In fact, if I thought about it, I would have checked the 3 other chests up at the top, but I was like, at this point, I'll just go for it. And if I missed the bug net somewhere, oh well.
Yeah, we were wondering if that had gone through your mind at all, too, whether it was, maybe it's here, past just whatever, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I almost actually went torch side first when I got the GT just to see if it was on the torch, but I'd stick with kind of my usual go to hope first and go from there.
Yeah, neither runner was able to track down the boots in this scene, but with 3 pendant dungeons not even touched, yeah, it's not surprising.
No. I'm sure they're somewhere silly. Although, would they technically be logically required since there was a key on the torch?
Yes, we discussed that. Does make you wonder where they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pot or something dumb.
Yeah.
Or maybe vanilla. Vanilla would be quite dumb.
That would be
Indeed.
the worst option. It would explain the early ice route at least.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Early
I
ice rod
thought
and
the
what?
early ice rod was simply explained by the fact that TR is a pendant.
Well, yeah, that too. Didn't I pick up ether somewhere, like early sphere
Yeah.
too? Wasn't that
Athena, yeah.
It was a Gina
So,
game, yeah.
yeah. But no, definitely feels
Looks
good to
like-
keep the team alive. So
Looks like Jaws has forfeited here. Didn't really want to go through that Aga fight.
Hammer
I don't-
Aga's pretty gross.
I do not blame them one bit.
Yeah, go get your GGs in chat for Jawsome. Good fight. Anyway, really came down to routing on this one.
So we'll see if we can get him in here as well.
But no, meanwhile, we're waiting. Definitely, thanks for putting on the restream and the commentary and all that fun stuff. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it was our pleasure. An opportunity to calm a race that's late in the evening was a welcome one, so glad we could get it picked up. And welcome, Jawsome. GG's.
GG's. Nope, looks like he's muted.
So, what were you thinking when you got the hammer? I guess that was kind of the key moment.
It's late in the evening was a welcome one, so glad we could get it picked up. And welcome, Jawsome. GG's.
You're asking Jawsome that question?
Jaws, yeah.
He's still muted at the moment. From the looks of it, he's muted.
That would be a problem.
Maybe he's having some issues with his mic.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there we
There
go.
it is, there it is.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
Stuck with my
Yeah, so
audio and
I was asking, what was going through your head when you got the hammer?
I was like, ooh. I was like, I found a treasure. And then I was just waiting to find flippers and kind of crossing out in my head where flippers probably were. Like, I was like, oh, Eastern Palace or Hyrule Castle. I'll come back to that later. And then when I found all the goods at Hyrule Castle, like, last, I was like, oh, no.
You know, Talon here correctly called that flippers would be behind mitts, that mitts would be the next logical
Sure.
progression.
Nice call.
It's a good call. Yeah, 50-50 shot.
Yeah, we all kind of initially just assumed, oh, flippers must be, and then it was like, wait, hold on. There could be another really bad option here.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't worried about it because it was like, I've got stuff to do. I've got dungeons. I feel actually really good about my route overall. Just, this happened in a seed the other day practicing where, like, the boots were in Hyrule Castle, and that led to a huge chain to all the go mode items that I just waited till the end to go. So Hyrule Castle is now like my least favorite spot suddenly, which is funny.
Well, the boots sure weren't in Hyrule Castle.
No, not this time. But
No,
all the good
not
stuff
so
were. The other good stuff. But I felt good otherwise with it, and in a way, I'm glad I didn't have to. It worked out great. Where I was like, I saw not great, but like I saw I had lost, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try Aga 2, and I don't have a net. I'm like, okay, thank you. I don't have to do this. I can just stop.
You're the real winner there.
I know.
Yeah, you had a good double hit there in the beginning. I'm like, okay, this is gonna go well. And then the pattern started getting real icky, and I'm like, oh no.
Well, yeah, and I hadn't practiced with just a hammer because I'm like, you always get the fillet, you always get the net. Like, whatever. I had fun. Glad to meet you.
I think the 2 practices I did, I think they split. I think one I had the hammer and the one I had the net.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I'm glad we got swordless because it's fun. It's, you know,
It's different.
Yeah. Hadn't done it in a long time, and I really love the bow setup, where like you just get them on Mold Arm 2 if you didn't already get them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But,
I actually forgot about that and opened the chest anyway. So I had like super silvers or something.
Yeah. Platinum.
What do you get if you already have them? Does it just show it again?
It just shows it again. Just shows
Oh.
the actual silver arrows.
Gold arrows.
Cool. Yeah, you should get gold arrows where it just shoots for itself.
Yeah, it's homing.
You get an
Aim.
AoE area of effect bow and arrow.
Yeah, automatic.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I was like, this is one of the driest seeds I've seen in a long time.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Coming
that
out
Kakariko.
coming out of
Yeah.
Kakariko. Oh my god.
Yeah, we both were commenting that is the worst Kakariko I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, that was impressively empty.
Man, this would have been a Trey Spire special. Get a skip Kakariko
Right?
entirely.
Yeah, I also big shout out to Trinex for not being part of this as well. Trinex the monster, not Trinex the person. We love Trinex.
I mean, you knew that was the case as soon as you got the early ice rod, right?
Yeah, I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, you know, again, a thing I didn't practice as much as other things this week. So again, dodging all the things that. That's okay.
All right. Drosy, do you have anything you want to add?
I think we've covered everything. Your teams are both still alive, so that's good.
Man, now to play the waiting game.
Yeah, and then just to put it out there, since this is based on a WWF or WWE concept, Undertaker is the greatest wrestler of all time. Just saying.
Yeah, I can't really argue that.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that.
I should have, in hindsight, I should have used that MSU, but that's okay.
Right.
Next time, somebody out there can. I appreciate you guys doing this. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no, we were happy to be able to throw it together. So, yeah, shout out to ZSR and all the work behind the scenes. Another shout out to Lamaga for coming in the clutch.
Okay, and we are getting a note from Tomaltak, our restreamer, that he will be raiding to Marine Mammal Rescue. So, stay tuned for that, I guess.
All right, want to shout out our runners one more time, Jawsomesauce and SeanRhapsody. Thank you guys so much for putting the race on for us. Shout out to our tracker Lumaga and everyone else working behind the scenes. Tom will talk for handling some of the restream. Drosy, take us out, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no, Taylor, I'm glad we got to calm together. It's been a pleasure. So, yeah, keep your eyes on the schedule. We got a lot more game matches coming here. I believe Jaws' teammate Captain 1997 will be playing tomorrow, in fact. So we'll see if maybe that gets restreamed. But yeah, thanks all for tuning in here.